Think about the last time you felt truly grateful. Not just saying, thank you, out of habit. But really feeling it. A deep, quiet sense that something in your life is good. When did that happen? This morning? Last week? You cannot remember. For most people, gratitude is something they feel by accident. It shows up when something goes very right. Or when something almost went very wrong. But it is rarely a practice. Rarely something chosen. Rarely something built. And that is a problem. Because research shows that gratitude might be one of the most powerful things you can do for your own well-being. Not because it makes problems disappear. But because it changes how you see them. Let us start with something simple. What is gratitude, really? It is not just saying thank you. It is not pretending everything is fine when it is not. Gratitude is the ability to notice what is good. Even when other things are hard. It is a shift in attention. From what is missing to what is present. From what went wrong to what is still okay. From what you do not have to what you already do. That sounds easy. But it goes against the way our brains naturally work. The human brain has what scientists call a negativity bias. We are wired to notice danger, problems, and threats more than we notice good things. This helped our ancestors stay alive. Noticing a predator was more important than noticing a beautiful sunset. Researchers estimate that negative experiences affect us roughly twice as strongly as positive ones of the same size. One harsh comment at work can undo the good feeling of 5 kind ones. One bad moment in a day can color how we remember the whole day. This is not a flaw in your character. It is a feature of how the brain was built. But in modern life, this wiring works against us. We replay arguments in our heads for days. We remember one critical comment and forget 10 kind ones. We focus on what is broken and overlook what is working. We scroll through news and absorb threat after threat. We compare our lives to others and feel the gap more than the plenty. The brain is doing what it evolved to do. But the result is that we live in a world more full of good things than any humans in history. And many of us feel less satisfied than we think we should. Gratitude is the practice of training your brain to work differently. To notice the good with the same energy it gives to the bad. And the science shows this is possible. The brain can change. With practice. Dr. Robert Emmons is a psychologist at the University of California, Davis. He has spent decades studying gratitude. He is one of the world's leading experts on this topic. In one of his most well-known studies, he asked people to write down a few things they were grateful for each week. Just a few things. Once a week. After 10 weeks, those people reported feeling 25% more satisfied with their lives. They exercised more. They had fewer health complaints. They felt more positive about the week ahead. All from writing a few things down. Once a week. He also studied people with serious illness. People with a disease that caused muscle weakness and pain. He ran a 21-day gratitude program with this group. Those who took part reported better sleep, more energy, more positive feelings, and a greater sense of connection to others. Compared to the group that did not practice gratitude. These are not small effects. These are meaningful changes. In people who were dealing with real suffering. Now let us look at what is happening in the brain when you feel grateful. Researchers using brain scans found that gratitude activates two key areas. The medial prefrontal cortex, which handles thinking and decision-making. And the ventral striatum, which is the brain's reward center. These are the same areas that activate when you eat good food, connect with someone you love, or feel safe. Gratitude feels good at a biological level. Not just emotionally. Physically. It also triggers the release of dopamine and serotonin. These are the two chemicals most linked to mood, calm, and well-being. They are also the same chemicals that antidepressant medications target. Gratitude produces similar chemicals. Naturally. Without a prescription. And it does something even more interesting. A study at UCLA found that simply searching for something to be grateful for, even before you find it, starts the process of producing serotonin. The act of looking is enough to begin the effect. There is also research from Indiana University. They found that people who practiced gratitude journaling for a few weeks showed changes in brain activity that lasted for months after they stopped. The practice had changed the brain. Not just the mood. This is what neuroplasticity means. The brain rewires itself based on what you repeat. Practice gratitude regularly, and your brain slowly builds stronger pathways toward positive attention. You are not just feeling better in the moment. You are building a brain that finds good things more easily over time. Now, a common misconception about gratitude is worth addressing. Many people think gratitude means pretending to be happy. Or ignoring real problems. Or forcing yourself to say, everything is fine, when it is not. That is not gratitude. That is avoidance. Real gratitude does not deny difficulty. It coexists with it. You can be going through something hard and still find one thing, even a small thing, that is okay. That is real. That is still there. You can be sad and still notice that someone was kind to you today. You can be stressed and still feel grateful for a warm meal. You can be struggling and still acknowledge that you woke up this morning with another chance. Think about people who have been through serious loss. People who lost someone they loved. People who went through illness. People who had to start over. Many of them, looking back, describe moments of deep gratitude even in the middle of great pain. A nurse who was kind. A friend who stayed. A small moment of beauty that appeared unexpectedly. These moments did not make the pain smaller. But they made the person feel less alone in it. Less hopeless. Less like everything was dark. That is what gratitude does in hard times. It does not fix anything. It finds the light that is still there. Gratitude does not erase the hard parts. It gives them company. And that matters. Because research shows that people who practice gratitude are more resilient. They recover from stress faster. They feel less overwhelmed by difficulty. Not because they ignore it. Because they have also trained themselves to see what else is there. Dr. Emmons wrote that gratitude is an affirmation of goodness. We affirm that there are good things in the world. And we recognize that those good things often come from outside ourselves. From other people. From circumstances we did not create alone. That recognition is powerful. It connects us. Gratitude and isolation cannot easily coexist. When you feel truly grateful, you almost always feel connected to something beyond yourself. A person. A moment. A piece of luck. That sense of connection is itself healing. It is the opposite of the loneliness that so many people quietly carry. So what does a gratitude practice actually look like? The research points to a few things that work. The first is writing. Not just thinking. Writing. There is something about putting words on a page that makes the experience more real. More concrete. It forces your brain to process the feeling more deeply than a passing thought does. You do not need to write a lot. 3 things. That is enough. 3 specific things you noticed today, or this week, that you are grateful for. Not general things like, I am grateful for my family. Specific things. My friend sent me a message this morning just to check on me. I had a quiet moment this afternoon that felt peaceful. The weather was cool today and it made my walk nicer. Specific gratitude lands differently in the brain than general gratitude. It creates a clearer picture. A stronger memory. A stronger feeling. The second thing that works is consistency over intensity. It is better to write 3 things every day than to write 20 things once a month. The regular practice builds the neural pathway. The occasional practice does not. Even on hard days. Especially on hard days. The third thing is writing letters of gratitude. Not always sending them. Just writing them. Think of someone in your life who helped you. A teacher. A friend. A parent. A stranger. Someone who did something that mattered to you and may not know it. Write to them. Tell them what they did. Tell them why it mattered. Be specific. Research by Dr. Martin Seligman at the University of Pennsylvania found that writing and delivering a gratitude letter produced one of the largest positive effects on happiness of any activity studied. Participants reported feeling happier and less sad for weeks after doing it just once. The act of writing the letter does most of the work. It forces you to be specific. To remember clearly. To feel the gratitude fully instead of just thinking about it vaguely. And if you choose to send it or read it to the person, the effect is even stronger. For both of you. The fourth thing is paying attention to small things. Most people wait for something big to feel grateful. A promotion. A vacation. Good news. But the research on happiness consistently shows that we adapt to big things quickly. The promotion feels wonderful for a few weeks and then becomes normal. The vacation fades into memory faster than we expect. Small things do not work the same way. A good conversation. A moment of sunlight. Food that tastes good. Your body doing what you need it to do. A few minutes of quiet. These small things, when you notice them, produce real feelings of warmth. And they are available every day. Not just on good weeks. The challenge is that we walk past them without noticing. We are too busy thinking about the next thing. Or worrying about something else. Learning to notice the small good things is a skill. And like all skills, it improves with practice. It starts with slowing down just enough to notice. Not for long. Just enough to let the moment register. To say, quietly, inside yourself, this is good. I noticed this. Here is something worth sitting with. What you pay attention to grows in your experience. Not because the world changes. But because your attention shapes what you perceive. 2 people can live the same day and have very different experiences of it. Because they are attending to different things. The person who notices problems, finds problems everywhere. The person who also notices small good things, finds those too. In the same day. Same life. Gratitude is not about ignoring reality. It is about expanding what you consider real. Adding the good things back into the picture. Not instead of the hard things. Alongside them. That shift does not happen overnight. But it does happen. Something more like a bone. Broken, healed, and now stronger at the exact point where it broke. Not in spite of what happened. Because of what you did with it. I hope this video brought you something meaningful. If you find it helpful, please like and share it with someone who may need it. Subscribe if you would like to hear more stories like this. Wishing you a calm and peaceful day.